We welcome you to Crypto.com Arena. I am Vinny from vdubproductions. We welcome you back to my 2025-2026 season playthrough here as we continue the NBA playoffs. Game 3 of the Western Conference Quarterfinals featuring the 4th-seeded Minnesota Timberwolves and the 5th-seeded Los Angeles Lakers. The Timberwolves took Game 1, 120-110, but as you can see, the Lakers took Game 2, 114-82. So we look at the starting lineups for Chris Finch's squad. We have Mike Conley, Anthony Edwards, Jaden McDaniels, Julius Randle, and Naz Reid. And for Luke Walton's squad, Luka Doncic, Cameron Thomas, LeBron James, Rui Hachimura, and DeAndre Ayton as we are underway with the Timberwolves winning the tip. Conley with it. Over to Randle. Randle for 3. That's off the back iron as LeBron James grabbing the rebound. And then LeBron with the dish, and it's in there with the layup. It's 2-0 already. LeBron James had 23 points and 12 assists in game number 2. A game that they won by 32. Never trailed us at all in this game. We see Edwards for 3. That's in there. Anthony Edwards had 17 points in that loss. You can look at Edwards averaging 34 points against the Lakers in the 3 games. That's off the back iron, off the Doncic misses. McDaniels grabbing the rebound. Over to Julius Randle. Randle, that shot is up. That's good from inside the paint. 5-2. I said both teams split the first 2 games in Minnesota, so big game for both of them. For the Lakers, they want to be up 2-1. They see Doncic for 3. That's off the back iron, tipped, and Edwards will control the rebound. They want to be up 2-1, knowing the fact that Game 4 is also here at Crypto.com Arena. For the Timberwolves, they want to try to take home court, essentially get home court back. You see Reid for 3, or no, not for 3. That was a deep 2, as Naz Reid will get his first 2 points of the game. 7 unanswered for the Timberwolves here, as we were over almost 2 minutes into the first quarter here. Doncic from 3. In and out. Edwards grabbing the rebound. Jaden McDaniels. Dishing it over to Randle here. 14 on the shot clock. So we're now 2 minutes into the first quarter here. Anthony Edwards coming around the layup. That's in there. That's 9 unanswered points for the Timberwolves. Continuation here of the NBA playoffs here in the first round series. LeBron from inside. That's in there. That ends that 9-0 run there. You see LeBron a shade under 24 points on average this season. Edwards. He passes it up over to Julius Randle. 10 on the shot clock. 8 on the shot clock. He's holding on to it right now. Got to get that shot up. Randle for 3. No good. Ayton grabbing the rebound to Luka Doncic, as you just saw at the beginning of this broadcast, received his Clutch Player of the Year award. As you see LeBron James for 3. LeBron has all 7 for the Lakers at this point, as we're over 3 minutes into the first quarter. So I mentioned there earlier, you saw Luka Doncic getting a Clutch Player of the Year, as you see Anthony Edwards for 3, and that will end that little spurt by the Lakers there. The T-Wolves up by 5. DeAndre Ayton, she's back over to LeBron. LeBron for 3, no good. Anthony Edwards with the rebound. Fun fact, there's been a few times we've played the Lakers and watched games. That includes the first 2 games of the series. This is the first time that we've seen the Lakers play a home game. First time we've had to see a game at Crypto.com. You see the miss there, Doncic with the rebound. Over to Ayton, and Ayton with the slam dunk. First player not named LeBron James to score for the Lakers. McDaniels holding on to it with the 14 on the shot clock. Julius Randle for 3. No good. DeAndre Ayton with the rebound. Luka has it. Doncic for 3. No good. Edwards will get the rebound. And that is controlled by Reed. Almost lost it for a second, but Reed will get the slam dunk. Timberwolves shooting 6 of 10 to the Lakers 4 of 9 to this point here. The Lakers shot 53% in that Game 2 win, but the Timberwolves only shot 38% from the field in that loss. 5-point lead as 5 on the shot clock. LeBron, jumper no good. Conley grabbing a rebound. Julius Randle. Randle for 3. Doncic grabbing the rebound. Cameron Thomas back over to Doncic. 14 on the shot clock. Over to DeAndre Ayton. Back over to Hachimura. 9 on the shot clock. Thomas for 3. That's in there. Cameron Thomas bringing the Lakers within 2. That's his first 3 points of the game. Edwards, the shot. That's in there. Anthony Edwards averaged 32.6 points a game this season. Amongst one of the league leaders for points. So we're halfway through the first quarter. 4-point lead for the T-Wolves. LeBron over to Hachimura. Thought about taking a shot, but he doesn't. 6 on the shot clock. James for 3. No good. That's hit by DeAndre Ayton. Gets the offensive rebound and the second chance points. The Lakers had no second chance points. They only had 1 offensive rebound. Well, they already they matched the offensive rebound total to this point. Thomas, that shot's no good. Julius Randle grabbing the rebound, but they also surpassed the second chance points as well. Naz Reid coming around with the slam dunk. And the Wolves lead back up to 4. LeBron crossing the half-court line. Over to Hachimura, back over to Luka. Luka loses it there. Naz Reid grabbing the steal. There's over to Jaden McDaniels, back to Edwards. Edwards with the shot, that's in there. Timeout, Lakers. We're going to take a timeout as well. 4:47 to play in the first. The Timberwolves lead it by 6. Coming out of timeout here, we got lineup set here. So we got DiVincenzo, Edwards, McDaniels, Reed, and Gobert. And let's see for the Lakers. We have Doncic, Thomas, Knecht, Vanderbilt, and Jackson Hayes. So that is the lineup set for both the Lakers and the Timberwolves coming out of that first timeout. 15 on the shot clock. Doncic over to Knecht. Dalton Knecht shoots. That's in there, and they said that he was inside. First points, and that's a stolen. Hayes will control it. Back over to Luka. Luka over to Cameron Thomas. 15 on the shot clock. Thomas coming around with the layup. That's in there. And quickly the Lakers are within 2. They are shooting 50% right now. It is 16. The T-Wolves at 9 and 14. So both teams shooting the ball pretty well to start this first quarter. So we're approaching the final 4 minutes of play here in the first quarter. This game coming to you from Crypto.com Arena. I am Vinny from vdubproductions. If you like what you see, don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button and hit the bell icon to receive notifications when these videos do come out, as Jackson Hayes grabs the rebound off the DiVincenzo miss. Doncic holding on to it right now. Will feed it over to Dalton Knecht. Knecht for 3. No good. Jackson Hayes getting the offensive rebound over to Doncic right now. 10 on the shot clock. 3.5 to play in the first. DiVincenzo, there's just some hesitation right now. Doncic will shoot the 3. No good. Anthony Edwards grabbing a rebound. I do not believe Doncic has gotten a single point so far in this game yet. Naz Reid. That is shot's no good. Vanderbilt grabbing the rebound. Back over to Doncic as he's going to cross it half court with it. Doncic, jumper. No good. Naz Reid grabbing a rebound. Under 3 to play here in the first. DiVincenzo. Over to Reed. Reed, layup, good. Lead back up to 4 for the T-Wolves. Players want to come in here. We know for sure that we have, LaRavia checking in. Wants going to check in. Cameron Thomas. 4 on the shot clock, and that's going to be out of bounds, and that'll be Timberwolves ball. Substitution out on the court here for the Timberwolves. Let's see the lineup set. McDaniels and Reed going to the bench. We got Dillingham, DiVincenzo, Shannon Jr., Miller. Gobert stays in. And for the Lakers, we have Vincent, Necht, LaRavia, Vanderbilt, and Hayes. Dillingham, that shot is up. That is off the front rim. Vanderbilt with the rebound. Jake LaRavia, the former Sacramento King, dishes it over to Gabe Vincent here as we're down to the final 2 minutes of play here in the first. LaRavia dishes it over to Vanderbilt. Vanderbilt for 3. No good. Dillingham with the rebound. Dillingham finds Rudy Gobert for the slam dunk. And the T-Wolves up by 6. LaRavia back over to Vincent. Vincent. And that's going to be out of bounds here. Careless turnover by the Lakers. More substitutions out on the court as Miller's going to go to the bench for Julius Randle. And for the Lakers, LaRavia back on the bench. LeBron's back out on the court. Dillingham. Back over to Shannon Jr. 13 on the shot clock. Shannon Jr. over to DiVincenzo for 3. That's no good. Vanderbilt grabbing a rebound. LeBron coming around. Dishes over to Vanderbilt. Vanderbilt will get the layup. That's in there. 1 minute to play here in the first. 24-20 Timberwolves on top. And it's all important game 3 of this Western Conference quarterfinals series. Shannon Jr. coming around. Back over to DiVincenzo. 10 on the shot clock. Being guarded by Necht. DiVincenzo gets a room. He'll get the shot up. That's in there. And the T-Wolves up by 6 with under 40 seconds to play here in the first. Baseball pass to LeBron James. And LeBron James with the slam dunk. It's a 4-point lead. Over to Shannon Jr. Shannon Jr. for 3. In and out. Hayes grabbing a rebound. Shot clock turned off as we got Gabe Vincent. It's going to hold on to it right now. They can basically hold on for the last shot if they wanted to, but they turn it over as Randall with the steal. Back over to Shannon Jr. Shannon Jr. with the dunk. Wonder how that's not worthy of the AT&T Connected Cam. Vanderbilt for 3. No good, and that will do it. We are at the end of the first quarter. The Timberwolves leading the Lakers 28-22. You're watching Game 3 of the Western Conference quarterfinals here on VDub Productions. We'll be back to start the second quarter shortly after this. Ready to start the second quarter. Let's see. Hayes will inbound it to LeBron James. I believe Gabe Vincent's still out there, as well as Jared Vanderbilt and Dalton Necht. That is your lineup set to start for the Lakers here, and that's a violation, offensive interference, and the Lakers continue to turn the ball over. A lot of careless turnovers. As we're 10 seconds into the second quarter here, we have Gobert inbounding it to Julius Randle. Over to DiVincenzo, Dillingham, and I believe that's Edwards that's out on the court. So DiVincenzo off the assist. So yeah, that is Anthony Edwards. So no, that's not Edwards. I think that's Shannon Jr. Never mind. Edwards is 5, Shannon Jr. is number 1. So that actually will complete the lineup set for both teams. That's a miss as Julius Randle grabbing the rebound. Over to Dillingham. Dillingham for 3. No good. Jared Vanderbilt grabbing the rebound there. Gabe Vincent with it. Over to LeBron James, and LeBron with the slam dunk. Over a minute into the second quarter. 30-24, the Timberwolves on top in this important Game 3 of this Western Conference quarterfinal series. Both teams split the first 2 games in Minneapolis. You see Randall will miss that one. Vanderbilt grabbing a rebound. Next. Back over to Gabe Vincent. Over a minute and a half. You see Jared Vanderbilt gets a shot up. That's in there. It's a 4-point game. Defense here. 12 on the shot clock. Randall. Hold on to it. Back over to Shannon Jr. 3 on the shot clock. Shannon Jr. will get the shot up. No good. Gobert getting the offensive rebound. No. As LeBron will grab the rebound off that miss. Over to Jarrett Vanderbilt. Vanderbilt back to Gabe Vincent. 13 on the shot clock. Gabe Vincent for 3. No good. Shannon Jr. grabbing the rebound. The defense chance here at Crypto.com Arena. Julius Randle coming around. No good. Jackson Hayes grabbing a rebound. Over to Dalton Knecht. Vanderbilt with the slam dunk. And it's 30-28 now. 6 unanswered for the Lakers. Randle, as you saw, only has 2 points in this game so far as the timeout has been called here. We're going to take a timeout as well with 9:07 to play in the second. The T-Wolves up by 2. Coming out of the timeout here with 9:07 to play in the second. Doesn't look like we'll have any lineup changes to this point. At least not ones that we're seeing right now. 2-point lead for the Timberwolves. 20 on the shot clock as Shannon Jr. set to inbound it. Robert Dillingham will take the inbound. Over to Julius Randle. Back over to DiVincenzo. DiVincenzo for 3, and that puts the lead up to 5. Dalton Knecht crossing half-court line as we have another timeout called. We're going to take another one as well with 8:51 to play in the second. The T-Wolves up 33-28. Coming out of timeout here. Let's see the lineup set. DiVincenzo Edwards will move to shooting guard as we have Shannon Jr. Edwards still out there. And now we have Luka Doncic coming back out. Everybody else stays in for the Lakers. I do not believe Luka got any points in that first quarter. Slow starting for the now newly named Clutch Player of the Year. Doncic for 3. No good. Continuing to struggle so far. Gobert had the rebound there. Now you got DiVincenzo. Here a defense chance here at the Crypto.com Arena. Edwards checks back into the game. DiVincenzo for 3. That's in there. And the Wolves up by 8. Their largest. James. Dishing it back over to Knecht. Luka Doncic has it now. 9 on the shot clock. Luka over to Knecht. Knecht for 3. No good. DiVincenzo grabbing a rebound. 4 minutes into the second quarter. T-Wolves with 16 rebounds already. Slam dunk by Julius Randle. And the lead now up to 10. And there's a slam dunk by LeBron James. We look at the Lakers with 10 assists already in this game, and I think they had 23 assists in all of game number 2. Gobert over to DiVincenzo. 10 on the shot clock. Dish it back over to Randle. 5 on the shot clock. He has to get the shot up. He will, and that falls out as LeBron grabbing a rebound. LeBron dishing it back over to Jackson Hayes. Hayes will miss that one. Gobert grabbing a rebound. Got under 7 to play until halftime here. Game 3 of the Western Conference Quarterfinals. Series tied at 1. Randle gives it back over to Shannon Jr. and Shannon Jr. dish it over to Gobert. Gobert with the layup, and the lead is up to 10 again. 53% shooting for the Timberwolves to 44% for the Lakers. Over to Luka. Struggling from the court right now. 10 on the shot clock. Luka shots up. No good again. I said, I don't think I've seen him called his name yet for a made bucket. Ant-Man dishing it over to Sharon Shannon Jr. as we are halfway through the second quarter, I should say. Jackson Hayes with the rebound. Luka for three. There it is. His first points of the game, I believe. I mean, you know, it took him till 18 minutes into the game of gameplay to get his first points. But he can go off at any minute, as you see Anthony Edwards with a shot. Timeout called by the Lakers. 5:29 to play in the second. We're going to take one as well. T-Wolves up 42-33. Looking at the lineup set now for the Timberwolves. Conley, Edwards, McDaniels, Randall, and Reed. And looking at the lineup now, let's see, Doncic, Thomas, Hachimura. I know Ayton's back into the game as well as LeBron, so I believe we have the starting five for both teams out, possibly to finish the final 5.5 of this first half. Doncic pushing it back over to Cameron Thomas. Thomas for three, that's in there, and suddenly the lead is down to 6. Largest lead of the game has been 10 points for the T-Wolves. Lakers only led once, and that was 2-0. 9 on the shot clock. McDaniels holding on to it. He'll shoot the three. That is no good. Ayton with the rebound. Luka. There's the alley-oop, and I believe that is to DeAndre Ayton, and the Lakers down by 4 now. Luka Doncic is doing really good on the assists. I believe he only has 3 points in that game. That was that three-pointer earlier a few minutes ago. Edwards for three. He nails the three, and the T-Wolves lead up to 7 once again. Crossing the half-court line for Luka. Over to LeBron James. James pushing his way through. He'll get the shot up. That's no good. Naz Reid grabbing a rebound. Over to Randall. Randall with the slam dunk. And the lead back up to 9 again. We look at Julius Randle. Only 3 of 10 shooting for 6 points. Cameron Thomas. He's holding on to it right now. Over to Luka. There's a shot. That is no good. Mike Conley grabbing a rebound. Over to Jaden McDaniels. McDaniels back over to Reed. Over to Randall again. 9 on the shot clock. 6 on the shot clock. Conley for 3. No good. Hachimura grabbing a rebound. Over to LBJ. LBJ with the shot up. That's no good. McDaniels grabbing a rebound. 3 to play here in the second. Over to Anthony Edwards. Edwards. He gets a layup. That's in there. Anthony Edwards. And the Timberwolves up by 11. Their largest lead of this ball game. Gobert wants to check back into the game. He's at the scorer's table, as well as Jake LaRavia for the Lakers. Doncic. Over to LeBron. LeBron for 3. That's in there. And the Lakers within 8 again. LeBron has 16. 7 of those coming here in the first. Or here in the second, I should say. Timeout, Minnesota. We're going to take one as well with 2:19 to play in the second. The T-Wolves up by 8. Back here. We're coming out of timeout. Naz Reid moves the power forward as Rudy Gobert back to center. Julius Randle back on the bench, and let's see Jake LaRavia coming back out onto the court for LeBron. McDaniels will inbound it to Ant-Man. T-Wolves up by 8. 15 on the shot clock. Edwards coming around. 10 on the shot clock. Back to Conley. Conley for 3. No good. Thomas grabbing a rebound. LaRavia, the former Sacramento King. So we had the final 2 minutes of the first half. Doncic coming around. Dish it over to Thomas. Thomas for 3. No good. Naz Reid with the rebound. McDaniels back over to Edwards. Edwards, that shot is up. That's in there. Anthony Edwards putting the T-Wolves up by 10. He has 21 with the rest of the team having 30. It is definitely the Anthony Edwards show here in this first half. Doncic for three. No good. Reed with the rebound. Anthony Edwards. Luka, as I said, only 3 points on 1 of 10 shooting. 1 of 9 from beyond the arc. He's only taking 1 shot from inside. Maybe he should take a little bit more shots from the inside. Edwards for three. No good. Doncic with the rebound. Under a minute to play here in the second. Over to Cameron Thomas. Thomas back to Hachimura. Hachimura over to LaRavia. LaRavia for three. No good. Gobert with an easy rebound on defense. Edwards coming around with it. Back over to Conley. 10 on the shot clock. Naz Reed for three. No good, but offensive rebound by Rudy Gobert. 10 on the shot clock. Over to Edwards. Edwards for three. No good. Ayton with the rebound. Shot clock turned off. Arabia back over to Luka. Doncic. There's a shot by Doncic for three. No good. And that will do it. We are at the end of the first half. We have the Timberwolves 51, the Lakers 41. As we head to the halftime report, you're watching Game 3 of the Western Conference Quarterfinals here on VDub Productions. We're going to take you to the halftime report. We'll see you in the second half. Coming to you from the Crypto.com arena, we're getting ready to start the second half here. 51-41, the Timberwolves on top, led by Anthony Edwards, 21 points in that first half. He also has 6 rebounds and assists to add to it. LeBron James for the Lakers with 16 points of his own, but another story is that we have the clutch player of the year, Luka Doncic. Only 3 points in the first half on 1 of 11 shooting, as Hachimura will get the bucket there. Starting lineups out for both teams. That is a lineup set here. Edwards for three. No good. Ayton will grab the rebound. Cameron Thomas. That shot's in there. It's good. And it's back to a 6-point game here. Lakers now up to 43% shooting. They only have 40% shooting. T-Wolves shot 50%. It went down a little bit as you saw. They missed that first one, but you see Julius Randle with the bucket there. He now has 8 points. He had a very quiet 6 points in that first half. Doncic for three, and his woes continue in this game. Randle coming around. Julius Randle uses the backboard, but it's no good anyway. Hachimura over to Cameron Thomas. That shot is no good. Conley with the rebound. Randle with 8 points on 4 of 12 shooting and only 1 steal. Randall coming around, and he will reach double figures as the lead is back up to double figures for the Timberwolves. Wolves led by as many as 11. They're currently up by 10 right now in the early part of the third quarter. Said very big game 3. LeBron had 16 in that first half. Over to Luka. Luka for 3. He drains it. That's only 6 points for Luka. And a lead back down to 7 for the Timberwolves as Conley will cross the half-court line. 2 minutes into the third quarter. Mike Conley for 3. No good. Hachimura grabbing a rebound over to Cameron Thomas. LeBron holding onto it right now, being guarded by the Ant-Man. And there is an illegal screen called against Luka Doncic. He is having himself a terrible game right now. It's 2 of, I think, 12 shooting. Maybe 2 of 13 shooting. Only has 6 points. And he's get called for that illegal screen right there. Another turnover against the Lakers. Anthony Edwards will miss that one. Cameron Thomas grabbing a rebound. Oh, no, Thomas didn't grab the rebound. Who was it that had the rebound? But that was Thomas that made the bucket here. We do have a timeout called by the Timberwolves. 9:29 to play in the third. We're going to take a timeout. Wolves up by 5. Coming out of timeout here, just over 2.5 minutes into the third quarter with the T-Wolves up by 5. The Lakers trying to get back into this game. They only led 2-0. That was it. As Conley will take the inbound. Edwards dishing over to Randall. Randall's been struggling himself. Dishing over to Conley. Conley for 3, and the lead up to 8 again. Is Doncic. I mean, he's struggling right now, but he could still go off. Ayton, that shot is good. DeAndre Ayton with 8 points, and all 8 of them in the paint. Didn't think I'd see a time where at any point in the game, Ayton outscoring Doncic. And look at that, Conley with another 3 in the lead up to 9. Over to Hachimura. Back over to LeBron James. James for 3. No good. Naz Reid grabbing a rebound over to Mike Conley. Crossing the half-court line. To Julius Randle. 14 on the shot clock. 9 on the shot clock now. 2 on the shot clock. Randle, and that's going to be a shot clock violation. He did not get that off in time. So that's a turnover against the Timberwolves. Got to have a little bit more of awareness, I think, on either side if you're going to have the shot clock turnovers. Thomas will take the inbound from DeAndre Ayton. Luka. There's a shot for 3. No good. McDaniels with the rebound, and Luka woes continue. As I said, he only has 6 points so far in this game. We got 8 on the shot clock. Over to Julius Randle. Randle gets a shot up. That is no good. Doncic with the rebound. I mean, he did beat the shot clock this time, but he still missed it. Luka for 3. No good. Naz Reid, look at him just grab that rebound there. McDaniels. Edwards thought about the shot, but he didn't take it. 8 on the shot clock now. Edwards over to Naz Reid. Conley for 3. No good. Doncic with the rebound. No points for the Lakers in the last 2:12, but that comes to an end. That's Cameron Thomas with the bucket there. That'll end that drought. Still a 7-point lead for the T-Wolves. Edwards for 3. That's in there. Anthony Edwards. And the lead is up to double figures once again. As I said, the largest lead for the Wolves was 11. Doncic back over to Hachimura. Over to LeBron. LeBron back to Thomas. Thomas for 3. That's in there. Cameron Thomas. Back-to-back buckets on back-to-back trips. Anthony Edwards over to Naz Reid. Over to Conley. Conley for three. No good. Hachimura grabbing a rebound. LeBron with it. And that's stolen by Jaden McDaniels. He's going the other way. McDaniels back over to Julius Randle. Over to Michael Conley. 13 on the shot clock here. Conley for three. No good. LeBron with the rebound. Under 5.5 to play here in the third. 64-57 Timberwolves on top in this pivotal game 3 of this Western Conference quarterfinal series. LeBron being guarded by, that was McDaniels for a second. Now it's Hachimura coming around from inside the paint. No good. Ayton will get the offensive rebound and the putback. And the lead suddenly down to 5 again. 5 minutes to play here in the third. 64-59 T-Wolves on top. This game coming to you from Crypto.com Arena in Los Angeles, California. As you see, Randall with the layup. That's in there. Timeout, Lakers. We're going to take another one as well. 4:48 to play in the third. T-Wolves up by 7. Coming out of timeout here, we got lineup set here as DiVincenzo is going to come in for Conley. And let's see, for the Lakers, Vanderbilt and Hayes now coming in for LeBron for Hachimura and Ayton. Doncic still out on the court. As I said, he is struggling, but he can go off at any time. 10 on the shot clock. LeBron over to Jarrett Vanderbilt. Back over to Thomas. Back to LeBron. 5 on the shot clock. LeBron will get the shot up. That is no good. Naz Reid grabbing the rebound. Dante DiVincenzo. Edwards. 10 on the shot clock. Back to DiVincenzo for 3. No good. Doncic grabbing a rebound. LeBron holding on to it right now. Pushing it back over to Luka. 4 minutes to play. Over to LeBron. LeBron with the slam dunk. And the lead down to 5, I should say. Dante DiVincenzo dishing it over to Julius Randle. Edwards for 3. No good. Hayes will grab the rebound. Cameron Thomas holding on to it right now. 17 on the shot clock over to Luka. LeBron James dishing it back over to Hayes. 7 on the shot clock. Back to Cameron Thomas. Thomas. Deep 3. Not deep 3, I should say, but that was a 3, and McDaniels will get the rebound off the miss. McDaniels over to Edwards. Back over to Julius Randle. Randle for 3. No good. Jackson Hayes grabbing the rebound. Over to LeBron James. Back to Vanderbilt. Vanderbilt with a slam dunk. And the Lakers are within 3. Jarrett Vanderbilt with 8 points. All 8 of them in the paint, and we're under 3 minutes to play here in the third. It's a 3-point lead for the T-Wolves. They were up by 10 to start the second half. The Lakers are fighting their way back into this game. DiVincenzo for 3, and they needed that three-pointer very badly here. Lead back up to 6 here, under 2.5 to play in the third. LeBron. They're shooting it back over to Hayes. 10 on the shot clock. Doncic for 3. No good. Luka continuing to struggle from the field. As I said, he's only had 6 points in this game. 5 on the shot clock. Back over to Jackson Hayes. Hayes will get the shot up just in time, and that will fall in. We will have a timeout called by the Timberwolves. Lakers feeling it. They're only within 4. We're going to take a timeout. Coming out of the timeout here, 2:01 to play in the third. Let's see, Dillingham, DiVincenzo, Shannon Jr., Ingles. I believe Gobert is into the game now. And let's see here, Vincent Neck, LeBron. So LeBron, Jackson Hayes, and Vanderbilt, and Gabe Vincent, so that is a lineup set for both teams. LeBron, the team down by 4. Over to Vanderbilt. Vanderbilt with the layup. That's in there, and the Lakers are within 2. Minute and a half to play in the third. I said the Lakers have been feeling it in this third quarter. They only led 2-0. The Timberwolves, I said, led by as many as 11 in the first half. DiVincenzo coming around. That layup's in there, and they needed that bucket. T-Wolves shooting 31 of 66. The Lakers 30 of 65. It's only a 4-point game right now here in the third quarter, under a minute to play. LeBron. That shot's up. That's in there, and the lead back to 2. 46.6 to play in the third. Dillingham will cross the half-court line with it. Over to DiVincenzo. DiVincenzo for 3. That is no good. Hayes with the rebound. LeBron with it. Gabe Vincent holding it. Now back over to Hayes. Back over to Vanderbilt. 10 on the shot clock. Over to LeBron. Back over to Vincent. Gabe Vincent will miss that one. Dillingham will have it. Shot clock turned off. 8 seconds to play in the third. Shannon Jr. He'll shoot the 3. He'll miss that one. And that will do it. We are at the end of the third quarter. The Timberwolves were up by as many as 10 to start the third. Their lead is only down to 2. We'll be back to start the fourth quarter. You're watching the Western Conference Quarterfinals here on VDub Productions. Not even going to have a State Farm assist in the game, as we're going to see Terrence Shannon Jr. inbound it to DiVincenzo. DiVincenzo, that is a bucket they needed. Vincent, Necht, Hayes, James, and Vanderbilt, the lineup set for the Lakers to start the fourth quarter. Dillingham, Shannon Jr., DiVincenzo, Gobert, and there's a shot in there by LeBron. And it's back to a 2-point game. And who else is out there? Julius Randle. So that's the lineup set for the T-Wolves. Randle, deep 2. No good. Hayes grabbing a rebound. Necht holding on to it right now. Dalton Necht back over to Gabe Vincent. Over to LeBron James. James will lose it as Gobert will come with the steal. Dillingham will get the layup an opportunity. That's not going to fall. Vanderbilt will get the rebound. Over a minute into the fourth quarter, 73-71. T-Wolves on top. Next for 3. In and out. DiVincenzo will get the rebound. It's the closest the Lakers have been for a while. Terrence Shannon Jr. with a huge 3. And the T-Wolves up by 5 again. You might have heard a train go by my house. LeBron for 3. No good. Gobert grabbing the rebound. Julius Randle holding on to it right now, taking his time. 15 on the shot clock. Randle with 8 on the shot clock. Back over to DiVincenzo. DiVincenzo for 3. No good. Gabe Vincent grabbing a rebound. Under 10 to play in the fourth. Over to LeBron. Back over to Vanderbilt. Vanderbilt. That layup is in there. It's good. And the Lakers within 3. 9:40 to play in the fourth. Shannon Jr. back over to Randle. Randle for 3. No good. Jackson Hayes with the rebound over to Gabe Vincent. To LeBron. Over to Necht. Necht. That game, it's in there. This game tied at 76. They were threatening to tie or take the lead for a while. They finally at least tie the game. Edwards looking to get back into the game. Same with Doncic. Even though he's been cold, Doncic. And you see DiVincenzo with another 3. And the Timberwolves are back on top by 3. Under 9 to play in the fourth. Gabe Vincent over to Jarrett Vanderbilt. Back over to LeBron. LeBron over to Necht. Necht for 3. No good. DiVincenzo grabbing the rebound. Randle over to DiVincenzo for another 3. No good. LeBron James grabbing a rebound. Gabe Vincent coming around. This should He still has it, actually. Looks like Vanderbilt had it for a second. Dalton necked. He feeds it back to Gabe Vincent here. Under 10 on the shot clock. Gabe Vincent for three. No good. Randall grabbing a rebound. 8:10 to play in the fourth. 79-76. T-Wolves on top. All important game three. Randall dish it over to Gobert. Five on the shot clock now. Rudy Gobert, he's going to go to the line. I believe that's the first time somebody's going to go to the line in this game, as Jackson Hayes called for his first personal foul. Rudy Gobert shooting two here with under 8 to play here in the fourth. He'll miss the first one here, and we got a lineup set here. Naz Reid and Anthony Edwards coming back out onto the court. And for the Lakers, Luka's back out on the court. LaRavia, LeBron, and Vanderbilt. Some of the names that change, and I can tell you right now, Luka made 1 of 2 right now. LeBron back over to LaRavia. LaRavia for three. That is off the back iron. Gobert with the rebound. DiVincenzo has made some big shots to extend or retake the lead. I say broken the tie. We only had one tie and one lead change. Edwards coming around. Anthony Edwards with the bucket and the lead up to 6. That's 26 points for Anthony Edwards. 10 of those in the paint. He's only had 5 in the second half. But that's a bucket well needed by the Timberwolves. LeBron. And he guarded by Naz Reid. LeBron, he dangerously. I thought that ball may have went out. Back over to LaRavia. LaRavia for three. Off the back iron, no good. Anthony Edwards grabbing a rebound. There's a shot. Randall, no good. Rudy Gobert with the slam dunk on the offensive rebound. And a lead up to 8 again. It's an 8-0 run in the last 2 minutes and 22 seconds and counting. Vanderbilt. Over to Doncic. Doncic. There's a bucket. Well needed by him. That's 8 points for him. His first shot inside the arc. As I said, he could go off. If he goes off, watch out. This game's nowhere near over with yet. LaRavia. There's LeBron, but LeBron loses it once again. I think that's like 3 or 4 times I think I've seen him lose it. DiVincenzo. That's no good. LeBron will get the rebound, though. Under 6 to play in this game, in the fourth. Doncic. There's a 3-point attempt. No good. Anthony Edwards will get the rebound. Edwards coming around with a slam dunk and a lead up to 8. And that is worthy enough of the AT&T Connected Cam. AT&T, a proud sponsor of NBA 2K. .520 to play in the fourth. Over to LeBron James. LeBron, that shot is up. That's in there. We got LBJ. Luka, I believe, had the assist there. Got some players looking to check in here. Under 5 to play here in the fourth. 86-80, the Timberwolves on top. Randall, jump shot. Good! We look at it, 38 of 83 for the Timberwolves. And see, Jarrett Vanderbilt makes it 37 or maybe 38 of 81 now after that slam dunk. Randall over to Edwards. Edwards for 3. That's going to fall in the lead up to 9 again. A 15-6 run in the last over 7.5 minutes of play. This game was tied at 76. Doncic for 3. No good. Gobert with the rebound. Randall coming around. That's in there. Julius Randle. And that matches the largest lead of the game, 93-82. Vanderbilt back over to Luka. Luka for three. He will nail that one. That's 11 for Luka Doncic. 5 of those here in the fourth quarter. And they almost lost it for a second. Gobert over to Randall. Randall coming around. That is going to fall out, and LeBron James will come with it under 3.5 to play. 8-point separating the two squads here in game number 3 of this Western Conference quarterfinals. Lakers desperately want to try to come back and win this one. Doncic for three, no good, and that's going to be out of bounds off the Laker. I don't get that out of bounds call. Gobert's going to head to the bench here. Let's see, Conley, Edwards, McDaniels, Randall, Reed, I think. And now let's see here, Doncic, Thomas, James, Hachimura, and Ayton. So the starting 5 out there. And that's Cameron Thomas, bringing the Lakers to within 6. 3 minutes to play here in the fourth. Julius Randle over to Edwards. Edwards, jumper, good! That was a clutch shot right there with under 3 to play. The lead up to 8 again for the T-Wolves. LeBron for 3. No good. Naz Reid grabbing the rebound there over to Anthony Edwards. Edwards, and that's stolen by LeBron. This time LeBron will be the beneficiary of a theft. Hachimura, that's no good. Luka will get the offensive rebound and a put in. That's 13 for him. 7 of those have come here in the fourth. T-Wolves lead down to 6 again. 2 minutes to play. Edwards for 3. No good. Ayton will grab the rebound. Over to Hachimura. LeBron. Under 2 to play here. 13 on the shot clock. LeBron for 3. No good. Anthony Edwards grabbing the rebound. Got Julius Randle coming around. That's no good. DeAndre Ayton with the rebound. Over to Hachimura. Hachimura over to Ayton. Ayton. That is no good. Hachimura will get the offensive rebound and a put in. The lead is down to 4. Under a minute and a half to play in the fourth quarter. Anthony Edwards. They should back over to McDaniels. McDaniels for 3. That's off the back iron. Doncic with it. As I said, he's starting to heat up a little bit here in the fourth quarter. Ayton with the slam dunk, and we Lakers are only within 2. The crowd can feel it here. Edwards will cross the half-court line. 15 on the shot clock, under 55 to play. And that is in there. Anthony Edwards with 35 points. Timeout, Lakers. 53.8 left to play in the fourth. We're going to take a timeout as well. T-Wolves on top by 4. Coming out of timeout here, as I said, 53.8 left to play in the fourth. 97-93. Timberwolves on top. T-Wolves' largest lead was 11 points, and that was on 2 different occasions. The Lakers only led 2-0, but they've been tied once at 76 here early in the fourth quarter. LeBron over to DeAndre Ayton, back over to Luka. Luka for 3. That's in there! That's 16 points for him. 10 of those here in the fourth quarter. 40 seconds to play. Under 15 on the shot clock now. 1-point lead for the T-Wolves. Edwards coming around with a bucket. That's in there. 32 seconds left to play. 3-point lead. LeBron holding on to it right now. That's a jump shot. No good. Conley will get the rebound here as Luka will foul him. 16.3. They got to do something to try to extend the game. I assume they're going to foul again, and Luka will foul once again. And now the Timberwolves are going to go to the line. Conley shooting 2 huge free throws. Conley only has 6 points in this game, but he could get 2 of the biggest points if it comes down to it. He'll miss the first one, so it will be a 2-possession game regardless of how this happens. It'll be a 2-possession game. Either way, if he makes one, then that will be a 2-possession game. That was made. Timeout. Lakers. 15.4 left to play in the fourth. The Lakers use their last timeout. We're going to take a timeout. Wolves up by 4. Coming out of the timeout here. It's a 4-point lead for the Lakers, or for the Timberwolves, I should say. 100-96. 15.4 to play in this fourth quarter. We have yet to have an overtime game in this playoffs. During the play-in or the playoffs. I think would be good for my watch time, actually, if we don't have it. As you see, LeBron takes the inbound. No good. That is a rebound by Conley, and Conley's going to go to the line for 2 as Luka's at his 4th. 14 foul, Mike Conley. Not going to say that this is going to put the game away if he hits one or both, but we'll be close to that time. And remember, the NBA, you do not have 1 and 1. Conley will hit the first one. That's 8 points for him. Make that 9 on that. There's no 9 for him. No timeouts. Luka, they got to get a shot up pretty quickly. There's a shot by LeBron. No good. Rebound by Reed. That's going to do it. And the Timberwolves are going to hold on and defeat the Lakers 102-96. The Timberwolves will take back home court advantage. They lead the series 2-1. Game 4 coming up in a few days here in Los Angeles. And this was quite a game. I mean, the Lakers did not give up. Down by 11, they actually tied the game for a little bit and even had the game within 1 with under a minute to play. But as I said, the Lakers could just never retake the lead after 2-0. And as I said, Luka Doncic had himself a fourth quarter, 10 points, but he was very terrible throughout the first 3 quarters. One would have known if he was on fire how this game would have turned out. As we see, Anthony Edwards will get player of the game. Very deservingly so. It's time to look at the post-game player statistics. We start off with the home team, the Los Angeles Lakers. In defeat, LeBron James with 24 points, 9 rebounds, 13 assists, and a steal. Cameron Thomas with 19 points, 1 rebound, no assist. Luka Doncic had 16 points, 8 rebounds, 10 assists. He still had a double-double. He turned the ball over twice, and he only went 6 of 23 from beyond the arc. And let's see, field goals made, 4 of 20 from beyond the arc. So only 4 of those shots were... So only 3 of those shots were inside. He went 2 of 3, by the way. He made 2 or 3 inside shots, but terrible shooting performance. Vanderbilt, 14.7 rebounds, 2 assists, followed by DeAndre Ayton with 12 points, 9 rebounds, 1 assist and a steal. Dalton Knecht, 5 points, 1 assist and a steal. Rui Hachimura, 4 points, 5 rebounds, 1 assist, followed by Jackson Hayes with 2 points, but he did have 11 rebounds. Jake LaRavia with just 1 rebound. Gabe Vincent, 1 rebound, 3 assists. Maxi Kleber, Adu Thiero. Bronny James did not play for the Lakers. And now time for the victorious Minnesota Timberwolves here. So Anthony Edwards with 37 points, 10 rebounds, 2 assists. Dante DiVincenzo, 20 points, 4 rebounds, 3 assists. Julius Randle with 16 points, 3 rebounds, 8 assists and a steal. Mike Conley, 9 points, 4 rebounds, 3 assists. Naz Reid, 8 points, 9 rebounds, 2 assists, and 2 steals. Rudy Gobert with 7 points, 9 rebounds. Then we have Terrence Shannon Jr. with 5 points, 1 rebound, 1 assist, and a steal. Jaden McDaniels with 6 rebounds, 3 assists, and a steal. Robert Dillingham, 2 rebounds, 2 assists. Leonard Miller only had 1 minute of play. Same with Joe Ingles, only 2 minutes of play. Johnny Juzang, Joan Behringer, Jalen Clark did not play for the Minnesota Timberwolves, and that will conclude the post-game player statistics. And next video, we are back in the Eastern Conference. We are in South Beach, where we'll have the number 2 seeded Atlanta Hawks at the number 7 seeded Miami Heat for Game 3 of their Eastern Conference quarterfinals series. The Hawks leading the series 2-0 with 2 wins that were very dominant victories by the Hawks. I mean, you may have had the Heat had the lead a little bit early in the game, but the Hawks just took off, had a couple of big runs in the first quarter. They've taken off in both of those games. So it is going to be the Hawks and the Heat, Game 3. Can the Heat get back into this series, or could the Hawks put a stranglehold on in this series? Remember, no team has ever came back from 3-0 down in the best-of-7 series in the NBA. It's only happened once in the NFL and 4 times ever in the NHL. And with that, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please leave a like and comment. And don't forget to hit that subscribe button if you are new to this channel. And don't forget to hit the bell icon to receive notifications when these videos do drop. In the description down below will be information where you can follow me on social media on both X and Instagram, as well as there will be a link to my Cash App in the description down below. Any donations will be appreciated. Again, you do not have to donate to this channel in order to or donate to me financially in order to enjoy my content, but any donations will be appreciated. And because, as I said, subscribing and watching my videos, that will help this channel out a lot more as well coming up in the future. And with that, I want to remind everybody the final score of the game. The Minnesota Timberwolves, they take home court advantage back in this best-of-7 series. They lead this Western Conference quarterfinals 2-1, defeating the Lakers 102-96. I am Vinny from VDUB Productions, and I am signing off.